Where you from, boy? Who's your father? He was only 15, just a slip of a bite, headed out on the water, 'neath a hard northern sky. From Little Burn Bay, where the salt gets in your bones, learning young how to keep a whole family afloat at home. He hauled with the men, though he was only a lad, with the sea in his eyes and the strength that he had. While other young fellers still had boyhood to spare, Dad was giving his own to the work and the wear. He fished cod and salmon, capelin rolled on the shore, dried squid on the flakes till his hands could do no more. Set for lobster in season, hauled herring and mackerel too, and if there was fish in the harbor, by he knew what to do. In a skiff, in a dory, in a motorboat run, he chased every tide from first light to sundown. Then he'd come through the door with the cold on his clothes, still carrying the weight of the whole house, I suppose. And he'd smile and say, "Where you from, boy? Who's your father?" Like the answer meant more than name. And if you ask me who mine is, I'll tell you proud and glad. He's Glenn from Little Bird Bay, and he's the best I ever had. He never had much money, but we never once were poor, 'cause love was in the fire, he kept in the footsteps at the door. If I stand with any strength, if there's any good in me, it's because a hard-worked Newfoundland man gave his whole life willingly. So where you from, boy? Who's your father? Mine's Glenn, and that says it all. For over 50 years he kept the old stove alive, fed the fire before the dawn so the family'd be alright. That warmth was more than firewood, more than birch in a flame. It was Dad saying without saying, "I'll look after you the same." And maybe we never had the fancy things some others came to know. No riches piled around us, no money overflowed, but we had dry boots in winter and a roof above our heads, and a father who made sure his children always felt fed. And if you ask me who mine is, I'll tell you proud and glad. He's Glenn from Little Bird Bay, and he's the best I ever had. He never had much money, but we never once were poor, 'cause love was in the fire, he kept in the footsteps at the door. If I stand with any strength, if there's any good in me, it's because a hard-worked Newfoundland man gave his whole life willingly. So where you from, boy? Who's your father? Mine's Glenn, and that says all. He raised 2 children of his own, and he loved us deep and true, not with grand big speeches, with 1,000 things he'd do. If something broke, he'd mend it. If something hurt, he'd stay. If a burden had to be carried, he'd shoulder it that day. And I sees that little raft now in a way I never did then. Not just boards tied together by the weathered hands of Glenn, but a father's heart made visible in timber open care, saying I can't stop every danger, but I'll build what safety's there. That was how he loved us, quiet, steady, without show, in the things he made and carried, in the things we'd only know years later, looking backward with eyes that finally see how much of Dad was sacrifice, and how much of us is he. Now he's in his 80s, and the years are on his face, but I still sees the young boy in him, pulling hard against the day. I still sees the father in the doorway, boots beside the mat, still sees the man who gave us every ounce of what he had. And God, I wish I could hand him back the strength that he gave out. Every mile of tired he walked, every silent fear and doubt. I wish he knew how much of home was built by his two hands, how much of who we are today began because of Glenn. So if you ask me who mine is, I'll tell you proud and glad. He's Glenn from Little Burnt Bay, and he's the best I ever had. He's the man who kept the fire lit when the winter nights got long. He's the hand that hauled the wood home. He's the back that bore the load. He's the fish upon the table. He's the shelter from the rain. He's the one who kept on going through the hurt and through the strain. He's the raft out on the water, built from worry, built from love. He's the proof a father's heart don't need big words to be enough. No, we never had much money, but we had what mattered bad. We had laughter, we had safety, and the best kind of a dad. So where you from, boy? Who's your father? Mine's Glenn, and that says all. Mine's Glenn from Little Burnt Bay, and that says all. So ask me where I'm from, boy, I'll tell you plain and free. I'm from a little house kept warm by a man who gave his life for me. I'm from the sea, the wood, the stove, the harbor and the bay. I'm from Glen, and oh, be thankful for that every day.